Konnichiwa, and welcome to another podcast of the NC Rowan County Anime Group. My name is Robert Clyde Allen, currently the president of the group. Today we're recording this live at What the Hell Con, and I have the pleasure and honor once again to have my good friend, writer Dan Johnson here. This special podcast that we're doing is going to be about the late actor Vincent Price. We're fans of Vincent's work, and I'm going to first ask the first question with Dan over here. Dan, what's the most memorable movie that you remember with Vincent in it?
Oh gosh, that would probably have to be Theater of Blood. It's one of the later films that he did in the 1970s. One of the things I enjoyed about it, just as an English major, is that you got Vincent playing a character, Richard Lionheart, who is basically a Shakespearean actor who gets very upset because his work is not recognized by the critics of the London stage scene. When he's snubbed for an award, he basically gets very angry, very belligerent, burst in on one of their after parties after they've had the award ceremony. And apparently, it looks like he's fallen to his death. In reality, he survived, and several years later, all the film critics are being murdered by various ways that are from the Shakespeare plays. I just thought it was a really fun movie. Vincent got to play several different characters in that one, I thought. Plus, I just liked Diana Riggs' daughter.
Okay.
Plus, I always thought that was a very sweet movie, just with the fact that he met Coral Brown, his third wife on the set of it.
With me, for Vincent Price, The Mask of the Red Death was my favorite for Vincent Price. Vincent was such a charismatic character. I mean, you probably remember him playing Egghead in the Batman series.
An excellent role for him, I thought.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, there's a really fun little story. If you ever watch one of the episodes with Adam West, there's a scene where he takes a whole carton of eggs in his Egghead and puts it right on Adam West's head, including Batman. And it was really hilariously funny. They had this egg fight. Vincent also appeared in a children's show, guest starred in The Curiosity Shop, which was shown on ABC. He also made guest appearance on The Muppet Show, too.
Love the Muppet Show episode. Thought that was really good.
He was such a marvelous, he was also too a fan of art. He loved art.
Yes.
He was. That I recently saw something on YouTube where he was, selling art for Sears. Was showing different parts of different artwork, and it just so surprising his knowledge of art.
Have you ever read the story about when he worked for AIT?
No, can you tell me about it?
It's a great story. What Vincent would do is, as I recall it, I'm trying to remember that, Samuel Arkoff, who was one of the men that founded AIT, went to visit him on location, and Vincent was staying at this very seedy, rundown hotel, and Arkoff went and talked to him and said, Vincent, we're giving you all this money so we can put you up in a good hotel. Why don't you go over to the Ritz? It's so much better than this place. This place is a flea bag. And Vincent said, well, you give me the money for the hotel, and I figured if I stay at this place, then that gives me more money than I can spend on my art. So what Vincent would do is he'd stay in these really seedy, rundown hotels, pocket the money, and then go out and visit the local art venues. And he was very good about discovering local artists. He was very good about, as you said, Sears. He was very good about introducing new artists to the American public. And there were a lot of artists that I think probably would not have gotten the careers that they had not been.
Well, we're going to end our podcast here, and thank you, Dan, for taking the time to sit down and talk to us about Vincent Price, and hope again sometime in the near future we can do this again sometime.
It's my pleasure, Robert, and it's one of the great taglines for Dr. Five said, love means never having to say your record. So, bye, everybody.
Goodbye.